would you like for Christmas?
Horrified, I heard myself blurt it out.
I want an official Red Ryder Carbine Action 2-inch air-range ball air rifle.
Ooh.
No. Shoot your eye out.
Oh no, it was the classic mother BB gun block. You'll shoot your eye out.
BB guns are dangerous. I don't want anybody...
Ho, 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 you crazies. Y'all are in the lab. I'm Lee, and y'all saw that title too as well. We are doing 8 more Christmas Mandela effects to blow your mind. That is right, 8 more Christmas holidays Mandela effects to blow your mind, question this reality we live in, and finish off this wonderful year too as well. But before we get this going, y'all remember that some of these Mandela effects might not be new to you. They will be new to somebody else, so please respect that. And with that also said, if you like this at any time, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. We are 50 away from 2,000. Y'all hit that sub up button there for me, as well as leave me your comments about these Christmas Mandela effects and now other Christmas Mandela effects to do too as well. As this being the last week of Christmas, ending this series out for this wonderful last 8 more Mandela effects I got for you. I got some facts, and I actually got an extra Mandela effect for you too, so that makes 9. So let's get this going, man. We're actually going to start off with number 9, and we're going to be talking about the upside down Christmas trees. Yes, the upside down Christmas trees, as you're seeing right there. Yeah, everybody remembers. You remember that big craze years ago about everybody, hey, let's go get us an upside down tree? And I never heard about it ever again. I thought maybe I had flipped in realities and stuff like that. But apparently, upside down Christmas trees have been around since the 7th century. Yes, that is correct, since the 7th century. Basically, it was pagans in Germany that started the whole upside down Christmas tree. I do remember this. A lot of people don't remember the upside down Christmas tree. I remember it having that little big fling and blowing up there like early 2000-ish. But other than that, it disappeared. But I do remember it, but it is crazy to learn that this thing has gone back since the 7th century. But how do you remember that? Have you always noticed an upside down Christmas tree? Has it always been from the 7th century? Or are you kind of like me? It just really just got made in the 2000s. Right, we are talking about Deck the Halls. Yes, Deck the Halls. The song Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. La 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 la. We are talking about Deck the Halls. And for me, around this, I was looking up this Mandela effect, and there's so many people that have heard it Deck the Hall with not the S, and a lot of people have heard it Deck the Halls. I've always remember it being Deck the Halls. It is actually currently now Deck the Halls. I do feel like this is a flip-flop, but I did find a little bit of research, a little bit of things of paperwork, music scripts that does say Deck the Hall. Now, I don't know what to think about this one. Mandela effect, maybe, possibly. To me, it's always been halls, never hall. Never have I seen that hall. But it is so odd and weird that there is actually 2 kind of things about it there. And I just don't know what to think. So what do you think, and what do you remember? What did you always think? Has it always been Deck the Halls? Or has it always been Deck the Hall? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and then if you would even say it glows. Yes, we are talking about Rudolph. We are talking about the part that I exactly left off. Now, in my reality, it has always been, if you have ever seen or saw him, you would even say it glows. Well, it's never been if you've ever saw him. It has always been if you've ever seen it, you would say it glows. That is right. That is correct. If you have ever seen it, you would even say it glows. Now, in my reality, my mind, I sung this chorus through all the Christmas stuff, and in my head, it was always Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. That's right. if you've ever saw him. But how do you remember this? How do you remember this song? And how do you remember this Mandela Effect? Has it always been to you like it has been to me? If you ever saw him, or are you like from this in this reality? If you've ever saw it.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even
I'm in a kettle, I'm in a cap, had just settled down for my long winter nap. That is right, we are talking about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and that verse, that line of this wonderful poem itself, had just settled down for a long winter nap. Now, as you're seeing it to me, hearing it to me, and saying, Lee, yeah, that is exactly that. What's wrong with it? Well, guess what? We're wrong. We're wrong and wrong and wrong. And our reality has never been just settled down for a long winter's nap. It has always been had just settled brains for a long winter's nap. That is right, just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. I never remember this verse like this. I never thought of this verse. To me, it sounds, now that we say I'm just settling brains, it feels like zombie apocalypse is going to be coming after us in our sleep on Christmas. But to me, it was always had just settled down for our winter's nap. That is how I remember it. It blows my mind. Even people saying the first part I said it at, mom's in a kettle. Now it says mama too as well. Kind of blows me away. But how do you remember this line? Has it always been the way it is for me and for you in the past universe as I just settled down for a winter's nap? Or are you from this universe and it always has been for you, had just settled our brains down for a long winter's nap? Oh, that jolly old man Saint Nick. And we're talking about Santa Claus. That is correctly correct. And we're talking about Santa Claus get up, his entire, what he wears, particularly his jacket. Now picture his jacket, close your eyes, picture it. And do you remember or recall Santa Claus having the buttons going up his jacket? Yep, I said buttons, little buttons, you know, little buttons, the Colby buttons going up his jacket. If you are saying yes, and I'm saying yeah, even me, even myself, my reality, Santa, Mr. Claus always had those little buttons going up his jacket. Well, the holiday spirit's going to get knocked out of you because good old jolly old Saint Nick, Santa Claus himself, never had buttons going all the way up his jacket. That is correct. He has that fuzzy, furry, all friffle going down, the white fur going all the way down his jacket now. I know some may say, well, he's hiding the buttons from it, but even when you see an open jacket, it's just the fur too as well. Now we know where the missing fur from Elf went. Now, how many people remember that? How many people remember him having the fluffy, the fur going all the way down his jacket? And how many people, including myself, remember Santa having the good old buttons going up and down his wonderful jacket that kept him warm in the North Pole?
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun.
Oh, I had to stop the broadcast because I have some clicking on the roof. Maybe it's Santa's reindeers, maybe it's him, who knows? But I got 4 fun Christmas facts for you. We're going to start off with the first one where you that, did you know that Christmas was illegal? Yes, that is right. You could not celebrate Christmas in 1659. Oh, yep, you couldn't give presents, you couldn't put a tree up or nothing. It was outlawed in 1659. They thought it was some kind of devil worship. But it lasted all the way till 1681. Crazy blows my mind that you could not celebrate Christmas back in basically in the 1600s. Yes, Christmas became legal and celebrated a traditional holiday within the 1700s. Second one is that good old Saint Nick. We leave him out milk. We leave him out cookies for him to eat when he comes down, get his chimney, get his money, get his good old energy back so he can just deliver all these packages. Did you know that the Americans stole that tradition from the Dutch? Yes, we stole it from the Dutch. Dutch little boys, Dutch little girls used to leave cookies and milkies out out there for Santa Claus for him to consume back then. And actually, they started that on December 6th is when they start celebrating the Kris Kringle celebration. Next one is, what is the most recorded Christmas song ever recorded in history? Give you a second. No, it's not Jingle Bells. No, it's not Silent Night. Oh, wait, it is Silent Night. Silent Night is the #1 most recorded song during any holiday. #1 Christmas song ever recorded, ever. It's crazy, but I think about it, and I can think of a few people that sing Silent Night. Boyz II Men's the first one that comes into mind because of the christening with Nicki, Mike, Not Sunshine, Wanye. But that's how I remember it. And your last one for you today is that Christmas trees. Christmas trees take 15 years to grow, develop, so you can place that tree inside your house. That is crazy. And it takes you 15 years so they can put that tree in your house, either upright or upside down. 15 years, Christmas was illegal. Silent Night's #1 song, as well as we took the cookies and milkies from the Dutch to us. Christmas facts.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Baby, let poor Rudolph playing any reindeer games. Yes, then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa Claus came to Rudolph. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is another Mandela effect I got for you. For me, I've kind of seen it both ways. I'm not positively sure, but I had looked this up, and a lot of people say this has changed. And it does look a little different. Look at Mr. Rudolph himself. Yes, Mr. Rudolph himself. Look at his head. Do you remember his horns always being that small? I don't question it. I question it to myself. If you're saying no, then you're right to me, because I don't always remember him being that small myself. Maybe it was misguided in my head or something like that, because, to me, they always were basically really long ones, or he didn't have any at all. But it is weird to me because they have horns. They have those little horns now. And then after through the whole thing, Rudolph gets his big old antlers and stuff, but it blows my mind. But how do you remember Rudolph? Do you always remember Rudolph as he was little, having those little horns, little antlers? Or are you like me and just thinking that was just weird, but they were bald, or maybe they were just a little bit bigger? I am not sure about this one. Let me know down below, please.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Yes, we are talking about Star Wars, the Christmas special, the Christmas episode, and how a lot of us never remember this Christmas special. Now, this Christmas special came out on ABC. It was a special that was premiered for Christmas back in 1979. Now, it blows me away because I am a Star Wars fan. I know that I wasn't born in the 70s, but damn it, I'm an 80s kid. I loved all the Star Wars. I see them all. And damn it, have I never saw this damn Christmas special in my entire life. In my entire life, it never existed. It never popped up until what? Gosh, 10-something years ago, but when this Mandela Effects started going on, it blows my mind. But there's a Christmas special. There always has been a Christmas special, but it's so corny and weird and odd for that to be a production of Star Wars. You'll have to check it out. But it is so weird that it's like that, and it just makes like they just put everything that they possibly could do to ruin it into this, to make it a movie that is nothing like a Star Wars movie of any kind. But how do you remember? Do you always remember the Star Wars Christmas movie? Or are you like me and many of us? Like Star Wars Christmas movie? No.
I warned you, Brad.
Oh, you can't get them wet. You can't feed them after midnight. There's so many rules you gotta have with a gremlin. Yes, a gremlin, Ewok, whatever you want to call him. And we're talking about that great old classic gremlin that turned in, had the beautiful spiked hair. We're talking about Spike. Yes, Spike, as you see him right there. Ain't that wonderful? Isn't Spike gorgeous? Isn't he was one of the greatest characters of all time of being on the Gremlins? But his name was never Spike. That is right. His name was never Spike. Apparently, in this reality, he was always called Stripe. Stripe, yes, a racing stripe through his back. His hair was a stripe, not a fucking spike. A stripe. It blows me away because There, you can look it up and you can Google it, and it doesn't correct you. It doesn't correct you if you put Spike in it. It keeps it right there. But then if you scroll down one little notch, it says Stripe. Blows me away. I always remember Spike. He was spiky. He had spikes. I know you remember his spikes, but how do you remember? Has it always been Spike to you? Or are you from this reality, this timeline, and it's always been Stripe? Oh yeah, that is right. We are down to the last one. We are talking about Christmas Vacation, the great classic scene where he's plugging in the lights. They don't turn on. They don't turn on. He goes crazy, and he goes buck wild on Santa, right? He kicks Santa, he's punching Santa out. He's going crazy. He kicks Santa, goes into the bushes, and he goes back. Lights come on and everything else. Hallelujah kind of greatness. Right? Yeah, Lee, you just described that whole scene, that whole spot of that movie. Spot on. Well, you're completely wrong. Look. Damn it! He punches him and then just kicks him. What? He just punches him and then he kicks him. No. I remember him beating him down. And then he kicked him into the bushes. That is why Santa's got that dented eye right here on the side. As you see right here, he's got this dented eye in because Clark popped him in his damn eye so many times. He sucked that damn eye in. Santa got his butt beat by goddamn Clark in that thing. But as you saw right there, it never happened. It was just a punch and a kick. That's all it was. It was a ha. But I don't remember that. I always remember Clark going crazy on him real quick and then kicking him. Angry Nerd Dude remembers it too. I know many of y'all remember that, but how do you remember it? Do you always remember it the way I have just described it all to you and acted it out? Or do you remember the way it has always been with the ha-ha? A punch and a kick. There we go. We got the Christmas Mandela Effects out the way for the year. Yes, I gave you 9 of them. I hope everybody did enjoy. I hope everybody is having a wonderful holiday. Remember, y'all, if you like this at any time, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe because we are almost at 2 Gs. We are 50 away. As well as leave me your comments about these Mandela Effects and others you would love to talk about. And with that said, y'all please have a safe, a blessed holiday season, a Merry Christmas to all, and a good night. Keep your mind open because those eyes will see everything that's in front of you. Y'all stay crazy.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.